So this is Rob. He's my good friend and my editor on this channel, and he also happens to be a bit of a credit card enthusiast just like myself. Recently, when we were discussing our credit card strategies, Rob pitched me on one of the best parts of his setup that also happens to be a unique way to cash in points for really good deals on flight redemptions. This strategy, which is combining the American Express Gold card with the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card to multiply rewards for the purpose of cashing in on Delta flights, is a little unique, but after breaking it down, I think there's some real potential here for a lot of people who want to optimize their credit card setup towards redemptions for flights. So that's why in today's video, I want to take this strategy and show you how your everyday spend paired with the right combination of cards could be a really powerful setup in your own wallet. I put the AmEx Gold and the Delta SkyMiles Platinum through an analysis to see how good this combination could be inside of your own credit card setup. Now, one thing before we get started, I want to recognize that this setup is made even better with a 2% catch-all card or a card like the Amex Blue Business Plus, which earns you 2x membership rewards points on the everything else category. Because if you really want to build this setup right, that's a given. So I'm not going to focus on that catch-all card in this video because there's really not too much to it. You'll see exactly where it fits in, but I want to focus on the unique synergies between the Gold card and the SkyMiles Platinum, so that's what you'll get most of in today's video. Now let's introduce the setup. The first card I want to break down in detail is the American Express Gold card. This is going to be the critical card as your workhorse earning card in this setup, doing the majority of your spending alongside your catch-all card. The Amex Gold earns you 4x membership rewards points in dining and grocery spending. It earns you 3x back on flights, even those booked directly with airlines, 2x back on hotels, rental cars, and cruises through the Amex travel portal, and 1x back on everything else. It comes with 4 credits, $120 in Uber cash and a $120 dining credit. Both of those are split up into $10 a month increments. It also has 2 more credits that have just been added to the card recently. One is an $84 Dunkin' Donuts credit. The other is a $100 Resi credit, split into 2 $50 increments each year. Finally, this card has one benefit. It's an $100 experience credit with a 2-night minimum stay at the Hotel Collection by American Express. I'll be launching this video pretty shortly after the refresh of the Amex Gold, which this video is updated and primed for with all the most up-to-date information. Amex has been pushing much higher sign-up bonuses, so look at the referral link below in the description to see if you may qualify for something much higher than that base level. All of this comes together with an annual fee of $325. Now, the second pillar of this setup is going to be the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card. This is your redemption card in the setup. You'll hardly do any spending on the SkyMiles Platinum. However, it has incredible synergy with what you can do for your redemptions from your earnings in the rest of the setup. The SkyMiles Platinum earns 3x miles back on Delta purchases, 3x miles back on hotel purchases, 2x miles on restaurants and at US supermarkets, and 1x miles back on everything else. Out of all of those earnings categories, the only one you'll actually use is the 3x back for hotel purchases and potentially some of the 3x back purchasing opportunities through Delta products. This could be for in-flight food or drinks or potentially Delta upgrades. The SkyMiles Platinum comes with 4 credits, a $150 Delta Stays credit, a $120 rideshare credit, a $120 Resi credit, which will pair very well with the new $100 Resi credit on the Amex Gold, and a TSA PreCheck and global entry credit. It also comes with a very valuable list of benefits. The first benefit is a companion ticket, which after renewing the annual fee on your card, so 1 year after holding the SkyMiles Platinum, essentially entitles you to a single buy one, get one free flight on Delta. You'll also get your first checked bag free, and this extends up to 8 additional people with you on your reservation. You'll get 15% off award travel on Delta flights, a $2,500 value MQD towards your own status with Delta, Zone 5 priority boarding, complimentary upgrades, and the Hertz 5-star status. This card also has a sign-up bonus, and I'll leave the direct link to that bonus down below in the description of the video. All things together, the card has a $350 annual fee. Now that you know what these cards bring to the table, let's start talking about how they work together. The concept behind this entire strategy is to earn on your Amex Gold card. There are some ridiculously high multipliers in critical categories on that card, so it's not difficult to rack up membership rewards points quickly. As you do that on the Gold card and potentially the Amex Blue Business Plus if you add that to the setup, you will take all of those points, pull them together, and through the Amex transfer relationship with Delta, be able to send your membership rewards points over to Delta to turn them into SkyMiles at a 1-to-1 ratio. Once your point currency is in SkyMiles, you'll be able to book flights using the takeoff 15% benefit on the SkyMiles Platinum to get some pretty incredible values on flight purchases through Delta. Now hold on. One question I know a number of you are thinking at this point is, with 4 different Delta SkyMiles cards, why the SkyMiles Platinum in this particular setup compared to any of the other options out there? The answer to that question is actually pretty simple. In my opinion, the goal of building a credit card strategy is to extract the most possible benefits and points from an airline or a bank while incurring the least amount possible in annual fees. I think the SkyMiles Platinum fits this balance perfectly. Let me show you. The SkyMiles Blue card offers a $0 annual fee, but has a terrible welcome offer and doesn't really offer any of the other benefits that a Delta card should. Now, it's a great downgrade option if you one day get tired of using the setup or it doesn't fit your personal spending habits, so keep that in mind. The Delta SkyMiles Gold is a step up at a $150 annual fee. It does offer the critical takeoff 15% award booking option. It also offers the first check bag free, but the reason I don't love this card quite as much is you have to spend $10,000 every single year in order to get a $200 flight credit to be applied on your card. Now, the highest tiered Delta SkyMiles Reserve card at a $650 annual fee could be an option for some people. However, with the long list of benefits on that card, I still don't see them equaling out to that really high annual fee unless you are a true Delta loyalist and flies a ton every single year. For the average person watching this video, you're probably going to be a better fit for the SkyMiles Platinum as you fly Delta a few times a year. So now that we have the setup and the mentality behind the strategy set, let's talk about real life earning examples and what you can redeem all of these points for. My favorite resource for calculating expected earnings is heading over to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, looking at what the average person spends, and then applying that to different credit card categories. I can do that here between the Amex Gold, Blue Business Plus for everything else, and the SkyMiles Platinum, and see that we can earn on a typical average spender's worth of $33,190. You could turn that spending into about 76,000 Amex membership rewards points. Now again, this is just an average person using their average spending categories. You or your family may spend more, and you also may spend less, so keep that in mind. My last step in evaluating how this works is I started to look at Delta redemption prices, and I noticed some really consistent rates. Here's a good example. For a round trip flight on August 14th through the 17th from my home in Kansas City out to Charlotte, North Carolina, that has a cash price of $232, and that could be purchased for 17,000 SkyMiles. A cent per point value would equal 1.29 cents per point, which is not a terrible redemption for your points, but it's also not that great. However, a perfect example of the synergy coming into play of getting all of your points through the Blue Business Plus or the Amex Gold, and then sending them over to SkyMiles where you can use the takeoff 15% award flights, is the same flight with that cash price of $232, only costing now 14,400 SkyMiles. If you have, of course, the SkyMiles Platinum. That is a redemption rate of 1.52 cents per point. And now that takes you into a territory of redemption that really packs a big punch in value. These type of redemption rates for domestic flights in the United States were redemption rates that I was seeing across the board. Here are the 3 tiers. Of course, you could go into the Amex travel portal and redeem your points at a 1 cent per point value. Even without the SkyMiles Platinum, you could take any membership rewards points you earned, transfer them to Delta, and expect about a 1.29 to 1.3 or somewhere in that ballpark for a redemption rate using award booking through Delta. However, taking those points, sending them over to Delta, turning them into SkyMiles, and booking with the 15% off that you get with the SkyMiles Platinum, now you're getting into the 1.5 cent per point redemption category, and that's when you start cooking. Now, to put it all together with how valuable this setup was, and this was something that really made a big impact on me. Taking the 3 cards that you could use when put together for this synergy, pulling together the spending of that average person in the Bureau of Labor Statistics that we talked about, you could take that, and if you decide to redeem your points through Delta, you can get a return on spend of 3.44% on all your dollars spent. That is a really good number for 3 cards who have benefits and earnings categories that just pair really, really well together. So my conclusion, and what my friend Rob was telling me this whole time, if you like flying Delta, there is a really good Amex setup that I think could work for a lot of people out there. Let me know what you guys think about this potential setup in your own wallet. I'm really interested in hearing how you think this actually could play out in your life. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you in the next video.